sick like me.
Hey guys, so you may notice that this video is a little off of the schedule that I established in previous weeks, and that's because I've been going through a lot of stuff mentally and emotionally and situationally. I have filmed like 3 or 4 videos that I absolutely cannot in good faith put up, because the first one that I did was the metalhead tag, and I had a lot of stuff going on when I made that video, and half the things I said in that video I don't even agree with, so I'm gonna have to refilm that thing, and I don't want to do it right now. And then I made like 2 more videos that have to do with social commentary, which is what this channel was originally supposed to be about. But I made a video on social justice warriors, and I made another video on Black Lives Matter, neither of which I can, in good conscience, put up, because I don't agree with any of the things I said, and it was like 2 days ago. So I am gonna make this video, and this is a video that is not going to require me to do any kind of research or fact-checking at all. And it seemed like a good idea to me because it's something that I find really interesting. And I know that pretty much everyone that I've ever met who listens to heavy metal, like every metalhead that I've ever met, everybody, even people who are like hard rock fans, have a story of how they got there, because rock and roll is not the standard. It's not the mainstream music that everybody's listening to. So everybody has a story of how they got there. So I thought that I would share mine. I don't know if anyone is going to give a shit or watch this at all or even know what to do with it. I don't know what to do with it because I've literally never seen a YouTube video of someone like describing how they got to be a metalhead or whatever. So this is like completely uncharted territory, but hopefully we're going to go on this journey together and you're going to stick with me for however long this video is, and maybe I'll say something that's entertaining or hashtag relatable or something. I have no idea. So I guess I will start at the beginning. Where else would you start at in a story, Ellie? I don't know. So my story is a little different than most of the other alternative Black women that I know, mostly because they all kind of got started on their own. I didn't get started on my own. I was lucky enough to have an alternative Black woman for a mother. So she introduced me to her favorite stuff, which is mostly hard rock. She listens to like Breaking Benjamin, Chevelle, Incubus, stuff like that, Disturbed. So metalcore and hard rock are like my mom's bread and butter. So that's what I was listening to when I was a kid. And I didn't start, well, my first taste of knowing that my music taste was different, because when I was a kid, I never really liked current rap music. Like, I could enjoy it, but it didn't do anything for me. But in my neighborhood and like in my town and like with where I went to like elementary school, that's all anybody ever listened to. So I was like already super alone and really fucking different. Then I was in the car and I heard fucking Avril Lavigne on the radio, fucking, I think it was Complicated or some shit. And I absolutely fell in love, and I saw her videos on MTV, and I thought she was the coolest thing that ever existed. I fucking loved Avril Lavigne. I started buying ties. I didn't know how to wear them. I just kind of threw them on over my regular clothes. If there are any surviving pictures of me when I was like 12 or 13, there's probably a picture of me wearing a tie. I'm not proud of it, but I'm not ashamed of it either. But I started listening to Avril Lavigne on my own. I also started listening to, I listened to a lot of like All American Rejects and Blink-182 and fucking Green Day, and Good Charlotte and stuff like that. So that was what I was listening to when I started middle school. Now, in middle school, I got introduced to a bunch of new bands because I saw the other kids who dressed like Avril Lavigne. And I was like, you guys, what kind of music do you listen to? And they're like, rock and roll. And I'm like, okay, let's talk about it. So we did. And I got a lot of music from them. And that was around the time that I started listening to Paramore and Fall Out Boy and Panic at the Disco and and My Chemical Romance, like all of the staple emo bands, because those kids that dress like Avril Lavigne, yeah, they turned out to be emo. And oh my god. Oh my god. I just remembered something that is like possibly one of the cringiest things I could ever mention. You probably can't even understand me right now. I'm laughing so hard. So there was this one day. I can't even tell this story. There was this one day where we were sitting on the bleachers at lunch because, like, at my middle school, my junior high school, the way it worked is we had lunch, and like whenever you finish eating or whatever the lunch eating area was like not only the cafeteria, but it was also like the football field and like the basketball, tennis courts or whatever. So there were like some bleachers outside, like over whatever, it doesn't matter. So we're sitting on the bleachers at lunch, and these were the crowd of kids that I ate lunch with. So I went to go find them. They're on the bleachers, so I go over, and they're all okay. So this is back in the day before iPods were really a thing. So they had, like, we all kind of carried around CD players, which I'm honestly like appalled at like the amount of dedication we had, because like anti-skip wasn't even really a thing, but whatever. So we're carrying around CD players, and it was super common for people to have splitters, and they may have like 2 or 3 splitters so that multiple people could listen to music at the same time. So they would split the headphones off. I don't think anyone does that anymore, so if you're a kid, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But I think people my age and older probably know what splitters are. I don't even know why I'm explaining that. But anyway, I walk over, and everybody is like huddled around a CD player fucking listening to music. And I was like, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed about this story. I go over and I'm like, hey guys, what are you listening to? And they fucking look at me and they're like, oh, nothing. We're just listening to the new My Chemical Romance album, which I think at the time was I think it was the Black Parade. I don't think it was 3 Cheers, because I already had 3 Cheers. So it was when the Black Parade came out. And they were like, oh yeah, we're listening to the new My Chemical Romance album, whatever. And I was like, cool, can I listen? And they were like, I mean, you could, but honestly, you're not emo enough to appreciate this. And I remember just being so offended. I remember just being like, excuse you, I am emo. So that was my life. Oh my god. I'm so ashamed, but like I'm not ashamed at the same time, because if I hadn't have gone through that, I wouldn't be here. So, god, but that is a thing that legitimately happened, where like, y'all, I was trying so hard to be, like, being emo was so important to me. Oh my fucking god. Oh. I'm sorry. I'm laughing because it's so cringy. Okay, but that's the music I listen to. I did a little music research on my own, sans my emo friends, and I kind of started listening to like, when emo went from being the cool thing in middle school to like scene in high school, I had a lot of friends who were like, oh, you really need to listen to like this is like deathcore shit, like Suicide Silence and Salt the Wound and stuff like that. And I was like, Black Dahlia Murder, stuff like that. To which I was like, okay, let's do it. It was like super fucking heavy, and I really fucking liked it. And this was just after there were 2 albums that I heard, I think, in like 7th or 8th grade that pretty much changed the course of my music listening and my music interest, and that's how I found deathcore. Because you don't really go from Panic at the Disco to Suicide Silence without like some kind of intermediate thing. And my intermediate thing was Iowa by Slipknot, which I was like, yes, I am every bit as angry as this album. And then the second thing was Nightmare Anatomy by Aiden. And that, I liked Iowa because it was really heavy, and I liked Aiden because they were super dark. And then you get to like Suicide Silence, both heavy and dark. What? So I was like, okay, this is like my new favorite thing. Cool. So I got to high school, that's what I was listening to. Then I had another friend who was really, first he was like really big into Slipknot. He was also really big into OTEP. And I listened to OTEP, and I was like, holy shit, this is good. I like this. Then I found out that OTEP's a woman, like a little blonde thing too. And I was like, what? This, I don't know, for some reason for me it made it even more kick-ass. And there are probably a bunch of people who are like, fuck you, blah, 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 blah. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. When I was 15, seeing OTEP was the like most inspirational shit I'd ever fucking seen. She kicks serious ass. So that sparked a whole nother obsession for me, one that I kind of still hold, which is that pretty much all of the bands that I listened to since then are the ones that I like went out searching for. I started searching for bands with female leads, and this crossed all subgenres of metal. I listened to OTEP. The next one I found was Arch Enemy, which I absolutely fucking adored. Angela was like the love of my life. But it also went to like Straight Line Stitch, and it also went to like Eyes Set to Kill, and then Nightwish. So then the next subgenre of metal that I really started to fall in love with because of Nightwish was obviously symphonic. And then I found a bunch of like female-fronted symphonic bands, because I know that it's not just women in that genre, but those are the only bands that I'm like super familiar with. Bands like Nightwish, obviously, also Epica, Lacuna Coil. I started listening to In This Moment. I got obsessed with In This Moment. In This Moment, however, not so much symphonic. I think they have symphonic influences, and definitely their earlier stuff is way more symphonic than like their current stuff is a lot more. It's like metalcore-y kinda, and a little kind of like alternative metal with goth influences. Very sexy though, very, very sexy. Their music, Maria. The lyrics are sexy, which is gonna get into a whole nother, because I saw a video not too long ago. It's like from forever ago. I'm getting off topic, but this guy, like 3 or 4 years ago, his name is like something like Lagarath or some shit. I don't remember, but he made a video about female-fronted bands, and he made some comments about bands using the fact that they have a chick to sell their music with sex, and he was very disdainful about that. So I'm gonna make a whole nother video about that probably next week, because I don't vibe with the shit that he said at all. But whatever, that's a totally another thing. But the point is that these are the things that I got obsessed with, and then I just dropped my entire metal venture, period. I'd gotten to the point with that where I was also like, I was trying to go down that road and also kind of learn the fundamentals of metal, and I got like everything I knew from Headbangers Ball, which was like way past my bedtime. I didn't really have a bedtime, but I should have. It came on at like 2 o'clock. I don't know if anyone else remembers this. MTV2 used to do Headbangers Ball, and it would be like in the middle of the fucking night on Saturday, I think. And that's where I got really big into Slayer from that. I kind of liked Metallica. I remember it took me a really long time to like Metallica, and I had to go digging for Metallica music that I actually fucking liked, because the shit on Headbangers Ball was fucking just, I mean, it wasn't bad. It was just not my cup of tea. Like, and it was one of those things that was like every metalhead I know loves Metallica, and I was like, I understand that they're influential. I just don't understand why they're so well loved. That's a whole nother thing. I could make a whole video on my feelings on Metallica, because they're very complicated. But as it seems, most Metallica fans feel some type of way about that band, but whatever. So, yeah, I totally dropped the ball on metal. I started listening to a few bands, like, just from all over the spectrum. So they're like, I can't say that I like death metal, and I can't say that I like black metal, and I can't say that I like, the only genre I can truly say that I like is symphonic, because everything else is just like cherry picked from a bunch of other shit. I listen to Amon Amarth, I listen to Children of Bodom, I listen to Venom, I listen to fucking band whose name I can't pronounce. I listen to like 6 or 7 bands whose names I can't fucking pronounce, because they're from like Finland or Norway or some shit, and I can't pronounce their name, and I don't try. But there are like so many different things that I listen to, and I call myself a metalhead, but then a bunch of people get irritated. Whatever. Yeah, I dropped the ball on heavy metal because all of my heavy metal friends just kind of like dissipated. Like, some of them dropped out of school and I didn't see them too much. Some of them graduated and I didn't see them too much. Some of them died. So it just, I kind of lost the momentum that I had. And so I ended up listening mostly to like coffee house music, singer-songwriter stuff, which I loved, but unfortunately I'm to this point in my life right now where I really miss metal. I don't have a lot of it. I lost, like, I've been through a lot of shit, so I've lost like all the CDs that I collected. My original computer, I was too stupid to back up the memory on it and ended up completely destroying the hard drive because I'm bad at life. And so I lost pretty much everything, and I'm having to slowly recollect my music through memory. And right now, pretty much all I have to listen to is like Slipknot and Bullet for My Valentine, and it fucking sucks. So I'm trying like really hard. Like, I have like so many Pandora playlists going. I'm like, I need heavier shit. This metalcore shit is not working for me anymore. And like, I don't really like deathcore anymore because I'm like, I kind of like it. Like, I recently actually started listening to Born of Osiris, and I don't hate them, but I kind of lost my interest in breakdowns, which is like flooded in the deathcore scene. So it just reminds me of a person that I'm not anymore. So if you are watching this and you have like some suggestions for like actual, like, just give me like the heaviest, darkest shit that you like, and I will listen to it because I am dying over here. Anyway, so that is my metal journey. Not super interesting, not incredibly entertaining, but that's the video I made this week. That's where I am in my life right now. I'm probably gonna close this down because I just got real fucking mad. About that guy's video from like 3 years ago. So I'm probably gonna shut this shit down and go make a response to his video because it just frustrated me so fucking much. I think I'm gonna rewatch his video and then go make a response video to it. So the next video you see me in, I'm probably gonna look exactly like this because I think I'm gonna go ahead and make this video. But anyway, that's it for this week. I appreciate you guys going on that fucking journey with me. You're beautiful, all of you. And I look forward to seeing all of your beautiful smiling faces in the next video. All my social media links are in the description. I love you so much, and I'll see you next time.